Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another hopefully awesome podcast.
Welcome back, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed our first podcast.
Absolutely, hopefully.
Here we are for more. And today we are going to talk about...
I have no idea. I'm kind of not really prepared. What was it? Relationships.
Yes, relationships. Our topic today is relationships.
All right.
And this topic was inspired, I guess, or suggested by Elizabeth FL, and she requested how Italians date. So we're kind of going to go into the details in relationships or how relationships are here
All right.
Italians. So are we ready to do this?
Absolutely. Let's just go for it.
Let's go. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is dating. How is dating here in Italy? How do Italians really date? And then we're going to go into details like how long is it usually and how is the courting process? Do they flirt, etc., etc., etc.
Next topic is meet the family, which is something that I did once, I believe, since I only dated one Italian girl. So, we're going to talk about this. I mean, sharing my experience, of course.
We will then go into, let's say, the length of relationships here.
Okay.
Because I'm pretty sure that...
So we're kind of going to keep it quiet.
Exactly.
Open. But of course, we're going to share our experience. Like, we're not referring to how Italian
really
people date because we have no idea. But maybe we can just share, like, how I date.
Exactly. And then we also have, like, marriage and family, but we'll get into that.
How many relationships did you have?
Relationships?
Yeah. Like, what would you want to say? Like, how many dates do you think you had before we got married?
That's kind of a hard one because I kind of was into let's start a family at a very early stage.
This is something that you don't see that often here, no?
No, that's another topic that we can talk about. I guess I never really experienced dating because I jumped into I want to build a family. Oh, I want to become a mom right away. I dated at the very late part of my life before meeting you, which was, I guess I was 28 around then, 27.
All right.
So I would say dating maybe 2 or 3. How about you? How many did you date?
Well, I had a few long relationships as well, but dating mainly in London. I never really dated anybody in Italy because I moved there when I was 26, and I think I probably had, let's say, like 7, 8 in 8 years.
7, 8?
7, 8.
Wow. So am I the 9th?
Yeah, I can't really remember.
Lucky number 9.
Because the thing is, it's just easy to date in London.
In London.
Like, you can...
It's really a thing, I guess.
And then we also have to define dating. What is dating? Just when you go out with someone, even
That's
just
true.
one time? What is this?
It could be like dating, like taking someone out for dinner to see how it goes, and then before getting into the relationship, you date.
Well, then I would say I probably had like 15. Well, no, you kind of
so
go.
I'm number 16.
No, you go out with someone just for a drink.
I was hoping to hear less.
This is a date, going out with someone without necessarily have to, end up in bed. Exactly. Yeah. So then
in bed? Did you say in bed? So let's start off with like the process. Like, what do you know? Since I know that you didn't really like grow up here in Italy, but is there like a process in how like Italians date? Let's say, for example, in the States, you ask someone out, do you want to go out with me? So there's like a courting process. Do you guys like play the guitar by the window? Do haram or something?
Well, that's a good question. The thing is, I have no idea because...
Okay, next question.
I had one relationship here in Italy, which was 10 years long. So I was 15, and then we broke up when I was 26 because I moved to London. So she didn't want to do the long distance thing. At least here, I see that me, as well as my brothers, as well as a lot of my friends, they all end up with long relationships. So
how was it with you and your ex-girlfriend? Like, did you ask her out?
We used to go to the same music school.
So that's how you met.
I was already into guitar. She was a singer, and so this is where we met.
So this is really about talking about our exes. But so that's how you met. But do you remember like, hey, do you want to go out with me? Or like,
then at some point I was like, I really like you, and she was like, well, we need to get to know each other. And then, man, that was like 30 years ago. And she was like, yeah. So I think like there is, especially in this yeah, like you don't go for it right away. I mean, you want to get to know the guy.
Okay, so there is a process like that.
Yeah,
getting
I
to
think
know each
so.
other.
So we get to know each other, and then after that she said yes, and then I'm like, okay, did you think about it? You know, we spent like, I don't know, a month going out and do things, you know, like, so at some point, like, what are we, like, not doing things in terms of, like, you know.
You know.
I can say that my brother did the same.
Do you flirt?
Both of them. Absolutely, yeah.
Did you flirt with her?
Yeah.
How do you flirt?
You kind of, I don't know, you go like this. You kind of look at the girl, and then she kind of, you know, she looks back, and then you think maybe she's looking at me, but maybe she's not really looking at you.
In the Philippines, there was a point where guys would flirt with a girl by, you know how? Winking. Like.
But the problem is I can't really say, like, when you are 20, 25, how Italian it is, because I have no idea. Yeah, if you want to date someone, it's not that you go and then you go like, let's just go on a date. Maybe you kind of approach someone and then,
you
I don't know.
Ciao Bella.
This is such an old stereotype, man.
With your guitar.
What is that?
To be honest, I don't know how the courting process is in the Philippines, because I've never been courted.
Because there is none.
No one really asked me out.
These Filipino guys, they really look like they just don't really care. They're not that romantic.
We have some Filipino.
Are you romantic, guys? Because they don't really look
you
that
guys
romantic.
are Italians. Italians are known to be romantic.
We are romantic. Are they romantic? No, seriously.
They can be sometimes. They can be, I guess. I mean, my brother, let's say, for example, he sent like flowers to I when, you know, he was still in the Philippines. So, you know, they can be. Not all of them are not romantic. You guys are just more showy, that's it. Meet the family. So when do you tell your parents or your family that you met someone? Like when they're your girlfriend already, or when you're just seeing them first?
No, I guess when you are already in a relationship.
Okay.
It depends. You know, sometimes I think parents, they just find out because of the way you act. Maybe you kind of, you know, sneak out, and then they realize that you are with some. Exactly. There are certain parents here in Italy, especially here, they ask to meet the guy because they want to make sure that he's a good guy.
Of course.
But, you know, I had a feeling that parents can also be quite intimidating sometimes, especially in a relationship, because they, like, if the guy is not like a good guy, maybe they can talk the girl out, you know, like, I don't know.
Talk it out of them.
Yeah, that could be. I mean, I've seen it. It happened to some of my friends.
So how did you introduce your girlfriend? Girlfriends. I'm not even just saying your first girlfriend, because I know you've had girlfriends after her. How did you introduce them to your parents? Like when you were already a couple?
Yeah. When we were already a couple, kind of bring them home.
Is it safe to say that if you introduce a girl to your parents or your family, it means that you're serious?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Can you say that's a yes?
No, if you're my brother. It depends.
Not if you're
like my brother brings girls all the time, and they all knew, and he brings them home. But most of the time, if you bring someone home, it's because
you're really into them.
Yeah, but you'll never know. There's always like some weird guys, and usually Filipinas, they always end up with some weirdos.
Yeah, I know, right? The thing is, I can't really relate to these things because, first of all, my mom passed away.
How do you meet the family in it? Like, for example...
Oh, you just bring them to the family.
It's like, oh, that's another girl.
Yeah, you just meet them, I guess. I never really went through it, to be honest. I never really did because, you know, my mom passed away. My dad is doing his own things.
So how long were your relationships before?
Well, my longest would be 7 years.
That's quite long. Is it the first...
Yeah. It's the one with my kids. And then I would say 4 years. So if we beat the 4 years, then we're good. No, if we beat the 7 years, we're better. 7 years is a long time. Yeah. How about you?
Well, the first one was 10 years, which is crazy. If you think about it, I was 15.
That is crazy.
You can't, like, I missed a lot of things.
I was starting a family by that age.
I also missed a lot of things because, like, I didn't have a chance to go out with things. You know, it's kind of always in a relationship. But my second relationship in London was 4 years. So I was in a relationship for almost 15 years straight, because as soon as I ended my first relationship, I started the second one. Can you imagine, like, 15 years relationship and I don't have kids?
No, that's what I notice about, like, Italians, and let's say compared to, I guess, the Philippines. Like, when they get into a relationship, they really build a foundation. Like, they really make it last long.
My parents, they've been together since they are 13, 14. They've been together for 44 years.
Can you imagine being like, wow, that's long. Yeah. Anyways. Then we'll go into marriage. Like, did you ever talk about it? I mean, I think you mentioned it, but did you ever talk about it with your ex?
No.
We're really talking about his exes.
No kids.
Really? You never talked about it?
No kids, no kids, no marriage. Absolutely.
Like, you guys lasted for 10 years. I mean, you went into 21, 22.
Yeah, no, we never talked about it.
Really?
Because we didn't have a job. She didn't have a job. She was still doing uni. I was a musician back then, so I didn't make any money. So, I guess we just never really talked about it. It's also another thing, like, for example, if I think about all the people that back then got married, like, they were all like 30. I know a lot of people who got married like after they were 30. Like, I don't know anybody like getting married at 20. Nobody, like, I don't know anyone.
That is a big difference between Philippines and,
Do you get married in the Philippines?
Well, yeah, we got married. It's just that, we need the money to get married. But we do get married. But, majority of the people in the Philippines, they do, start a family. So it's nothing new if you start a family right away instead of getting married. In the Philippines, we do start a family at a very early age. You see 20-year-old, 21-year-old.
That's crazy.
Which is like a big deal here.
It's also easier to raise kids in the Philippines.
In the Philippines, yeah, that's
like,
true.
You don't really need a lot. But like, do you see the difference with Alex?
Oh, yeah.
In terms of money that you spend, even before the baby is out.
Pregnancy,
it's just crazy. So I think you need a solid economic foundation as well. Like, you have to have a job because it's a big responsibility. And I think that's the reason why. Like, you can have a kid in the Philippines, you're 18. Did you work back then?
No, I didn't.
So that's the whole difference. Like, you go for it, and then you got, like, parents and families and friends that help you out. But
exactly.
Here, like, what are you going to do? And that's the reason why a lot of people don't have kids and get married late, because what's the point of getting married if you're not in your own house? And if you can't have babies.
That's true.
So I think that's the big difference.
Which actually leads into our last topic, which is family. So yeah, they start family late here, which is just a big difference, big difference, because it just doesn't happen here where they start at an early age. Like, I've never seen anyone so young with a kid here.
But another problem that I think is real, when you spend like 10 years with someone, and then you get married, it's like sometimes as soon as they get married, this is when they broke up.
Okay.
Because it's kind of like, there is nothing new, there is nothing exciting. You already know the person. And then maybe you see a lot of things that you don't like. Maybe you're bored. Maybe you feel that you are stuck now. Because as soon as you get married, a lot of people, and especially when they have kids.
Yeah.
For example, like, I know a lot of people that as soon as they have kids, guys go crazy. They cheat because they just feel stuck, right? So they just go out, and then you got...
Because the wife is always on the baby.
Exactly. When girls get to like 40, 45, then they go crazy, because they feel like the babies are big now, and then my husband just doesn't really care about me anymore. So I just want to... Exactly. Okay. Like, maybe they want to feel that they still have it.
At the end of it all, it's really all about how you guys started. You always have to look back on how you guys started. That even if you have kids, it's you and him, or him and you. And that's really, really important in a relationship for me.
I think so, no? I think the most important thing is that you are happy, and then your husband is happy and is fulfilled with what he does. And then both of you always have to find time to spend together.
Yes.
You always have to make things happy and fun, because sometimes it's just about the kids, and we literally just experienced that, right?
No, that's true.
Like, yesterday we went out, just me and her, after like 6.5 months, and it was so refreshing. We had so much fun. We laughed so much.
Like,
and we kind of forgot about it.
You've never seen me laugh within 6 months like this.
Yeah, no, that was crazy.
I mean, I'm happy, but I've never laughed like that in a long time, because everything is just so... Not chaotic, but we're just busy is all. Our hands are always full at the house. It's always good to refresh, and I think that's really important between a parent or between a couple, is always to find time within each other or for each other.
I think long relationships are great, but I'm also happy that I went through a lot of different things, because right now I am almost 37. I feel like we are just getting started, so it's kind of exciting. Maybe it's also good that we met and we didn't know anything about each other.
That's
Maybe it was such a a blessing. And now we have a baby. Everything is exciting. I'm just gonna grab this guy.
That's what they say. It's not about, you know, the length of a relationship. It's about really how you are with each other.
What's up? What's up?
Hello.
Oh my God, this is the little boy.
Wow. Can you say hello? Say mama. And this is our little Alex.
Say hello, mama.
So that is actually the end of our podcast for the day.
Yeah, we gotta end this right now because there's someone here
who needs my attention now. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Like we said, if you have any suggestions or comments, please let us know by commenting on the below. That's it.
Just go with the flow, people.
Go with the flow and enjoy the ride. We'll see you guys on the next video. Thanks for joining us.
See you.
Bye.